All right, y'all, so it is time to talk macros. With me trying out carb cycling this week, I need to know exactly kind of, you know, the macros, the numbers that I need to be hitting each day. And I haven't really sat down and calculated that yet. So that's what I need to do right now. So far, because I haven't had any specific numbers, I've just been eyeballing everything like I've done in the past, making sure, you know, I'm keeping my proteins pretty high. You know, and my carbs pretty low, but me actually doing low carbs and high carb days now is going to be different for me because I usually don't have high carb days. Yeah, so that'll be interesting. So I am gonna be using the same TDEE calculator that I've always used. I've mentioned it to y'all before, but it's my go-to. This one just seems the most accurate and consistent for me. Of course, you know, you're subject to change anything and alter it the way you want, but this at least gives me a base for where to start when it comes to, you know, how many calories I should be eating based off of like my goals, as if I'm wanting to maintain, cut, or bulk. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this baby opened up. TDEE calculator popped right up. And I use this one right here that's highlighted up here at the top. So this is how it looks, and it gives you a little bit more information about how the TDEE calculator is calculated. Up here, it gives you just a few options to enter in some information: gender, female, age 29, which is crazy, weight 171, height is 5'6", activity, it gives you some breakdowns of choices to choose from. I work out 6 to 7 times a week, so I'm gonna do heavy exercise. And body fat percentage, don't have that on hand right now, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do calculate. Now, when it jumps out with the original number, it seems very large. Like it's a lot. Like, girl, how am I supposed to eat that many calories? And it seems over the top. This is where you start to kind of customize it and tweak it how you would like. So this is letting me know that, you know, for the information that I put in, my maintenance calories ideally are going to be around that 2,600 range. Now it says ideal weight 129 to 135, not for me. And of course, y'all know we're always overweight when it comes to the doctor's terms. Okay, so yeah, bypass that. But typically I would calculate my calories and macros out manually, but I completely forgot that it gives you the breakdown for, you know, what your macros would be for your moderate carb days, your lower carb days, and your higher carb days. For example, see here, it says, you know, my macronutrients breakdown. And if I was to maintain my weight or want to maintain my weight, this would be my calories for moderate carb days, lower carb days, and higher carb days. Now, of course, I am still cutting. With that, these are going to be what they recommend my macros to be. My cutting calories, it does give you that breakdown as well. So it says, you know, my maintenance calories are that 2,600 number that, you know, it shows up here at the top. From that, my cutting calories would be around 2,100, which would be a 500 calorie deficit, which is what we want, especially when it comes to losing weight. Just naturally, you feel like you should be eating like 1,500, 1,400. You see people doing these 1,200 calorie diets. And of course, it's all gonna be different for everyone. Again, these numbers look pretty crazy. I'm definitely not used to eating 265 grams of carbs, but you know, I want to try it out and we'll just see how it works. So I actually don't even have to calculate any of this, y'all. I can literally just use what it has already laid out. I really thought that that was going to be a longer process and a lot bit more complex. Like, I literally had the intention of doing everything manually. You see the notebook and the pen, I was ready, y'all. But I completely forgot that it already provided the breakdown of everything. literally everything. It gives you your maintenance calories, your cutting calories, your bulking calories, and low carb, high carb, moderate carb, macros for each of those. Interesting. I was just expecting that to be longer than what it was. But I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining at all. So now I at least know what my calories should be for the day in my macros. Now, of course, even for me, looking at that, the numbers are crazy. 240 some grams of carbs is crazy high for me. I don't think I've ever hit that many grams of carbs intentionally, emphasis on intentionally, ever. So being that that's gonna be something that I'm aiming to hit is crazy. So of course, if I'm doing these and following these macros and I feel like it's too much or too little, alter it. You know, you don't have to go by this set in stone. But again, it gives you at least some foundation as to what your high carb, low carb days would look like, and what it should be looking like, you know, if you're trying to actually cut. Because again, a lot of times we think we are hitting macros and eating enough protein when we're just eyeballing it, when really we're not even close. Okay, so ironically enough, today is a high carb day. What I decided was that I'm gonna make my high carb days fall on my lower body booty days, because of course we're trying to get the gains in those areas. Okay, so high carb is the days where I'm like really going hard in the gym and usually have like very intense 1,000+ calories burn workouts. And then my lower carb days are more so, you know, like upper body, active rest days, things like that, to where I still get in a good workout, but they're typically maybe like 500 calories burn through, you know, during my workout, or you know, around that range, you know, intense but not as intense. That's really my breakdown of what I set for myself for my high carb, low carb days. Not saying that it's right, or not saying that, you know, you should do it too. It's just working for me. Y'all know everything I do is trial and error, okay? So if I find that I need to tweak it and change it, I will, and I'll of course let y'all know. But I guess I gotta get back in the kitchen because your girl has some carbs to eat. First things first, y'all were not lying when y'all said this chicken fried rice from Trader Joe's was bomb. Yes, ma'am, it is. It tastes just like the chicken fried rice that you would get from, you know, like a Chinese food restaurant. So the serving size for this is 1 to 1 1/3 cups. I'm actually probably gonna do 2 serving size of this, and then I'm also going to get some of this barbecue chicken teriyaki. This is going to be very different for me, eating this many carbs. I low-key feel like I shouldn't be doing this, but gotta get out of your comfort zone sometime, right? Y'all look at Harlow. He said fried rice. Do I smell fried rice? You smell fried rice? You want some chicken? It smells good, don't it? I know. You so handsome, boy. You want some, don't you? Look at him looking, y'all. Let's see, fried rice. Hold on, fried rice, and I had 2 portions of that. Whoa, that's a lot of carbs. I need to change that. It told me that I went over my carbs for today, but it's a high carb day. I just don't know it yet. Okay, so then I'm gonna add the barbecue chicken teriyaki, and I had about 2 cups of that. I didn't add the sauce on there directly because I like to kind of control the sauce. So I'm just gonna add that there, and right now, it's what we looking like. 206 grams of carbs, 104 grams of protein. Definitely need to get my protein up for the day because my carbs, I'm almost there. My protein, I at least need about, this says my goal was 153, but I want to hit at least like 180 something. So I need to get that up. So far, I've eaten 1,575 calories, and I need to up that. This isn't right here, but y'all get the point. We getting there. And for desserts, hunty, look, afternoon dessert, I'm gonna be having one of these keto ice cream bars. Which one should I get? Let's do, I think I'm feeling mint chip today. Now, these have 2 grams of net carbs because they have 11 carbs, but they have 7 sugar alcohols. So of course you gotta subtract the sugar alcohols from the actual amount of carbs, which leaves you 2 grams of net carbs, because you also have to subtract that fiber from the carbs as well. So I think these are like $5 a box, but they do have, I think 4. Yeah, 4 comes in each of these. I have been loving these, y'all. They're so freaking good, and they definitely curve that sweet tooth, which y'all know I also have as well. So if y'all have not tried these, I definitely recommend y'all should. But let's get that mint chocolate and get these back in the fridge. Hello, beautiful people. So it is about 8 o'clock, and eating a little later today for my last meal of the day, but that's okay, because your girl needs to hit some macros, okay? So I am, y'all, my face is so oily. I've been waiting for this pimple to get a little head on it before I go in and perform surgery, and I think tonight is the night. But don't mind my face, y'all. I'm oily as I don't know what right now, but I'm about to make me a smoothie bowl. A smoothie bowl, if y'all didn't hear that correctly, this is going to give me for sure 50 grams of protein, because I'm going to be using 2 scoops of this gold standard 100% whey protein in my smoothie bowl. I still have about 30 or so carbs to hit. When I tell y'all this high carb is a struggle for me right now, because I just feel, you know, like I feel heavy, but technically I'll still be in a caloric deficit, which really matters when it comes to weight loss. But yeah, too many carbs, I just feel heavy. So in last week's video, when I was making that smoothie bowl, my first smoothie bowl, I had showed y'all this granola. This granola is so good, and it is keto friendly. Only 4 grams of net carbs per serving, a lot of protein, 16 grams of protein, and it is good. Like, it is so tasty. I love it in this smoothie bowl. I'm trying to figure out to make my smoothie bowl like thick, because I kind of want it to be like the consistency of ice cream, so I can feel like I'm eating froyo or something, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, I'll get there. And it is a new day. Harlow is running around here acting crazy as normal. I've just been really following those numbers that they gave when it comes to, you know, what I should be eating for low carb and high carb days. So far, I haven't had any issues with them. Yes, it's been kind of hard for me to get in those carbs, but overall, it's been good. The only thing though is that on my low carb days, I like to keep my carbs under about 60 grams of carbs. So I'm like keeping them very low. I think for people that are doing keto, it's like 0 to 25 grams of carbs, something like that. So I'm not sticking to keto low carbs, but I do keep them fairly low in my proteins and fats high. Now, it's actually time for lunch. Today is a low carb day. For breakfast, I had my usual pancakes. What am I talking about? I had eggs, bacon, and 1 slice of toast, because I wanted to get a little carbs in there. And the bread that we use has like 12 grams of carbs, I believe. So that was my breakfast. Being that it's low carb day, and again, I like to keep my carbs fairly low. For breakfast, I'm going to be having, hold that thought. So for lunch today, I'm gonna be making a lettuce burger. Now, I'm craving burgers, so obviously the more carb friendly way of doing that is to have lettuce be a substitute for the actual buns, because y'all know the buns is really where the carbs are at. So I'm gonna be doing some lettuce burgers, and I'm also going to just be having some of these sweet potato fries. Now, y'all know this is like an oldie but goodie here on the channel. I've been eating these forever. I love these sweet potato fries, the Alexia brand. So for one serving of these, which is like 12 fries, it's 5 grams of fat, 24 grams of carbs, 1 gram of protein. So, you know, quite a bit of carbs in here for a low carb day, but I don't plan on eating a lot of carbs, you know, later in the day. So this should be perfectly fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and preheat the oven. What should I can't, is it 430, 450, 425? Okay, I'm kind of hungry, so let's do 430. Okay. While that's doing that, I'm about to go ahead and chop up these bananas, because y'all can see that they are very, whoa, very, very ripe, okay? And when they get like this is when you start getting gnats flying around in the house. So y'all remember, I was telling y'all that I was wanting to find a way to make my smoothie bowls super thick, because I want them to be the consistency of ice cream. Froyo. I want that type of energy. Every recipe that I found for thick smoothie bowls, they always say the key ingredient is frozen banana. So being that these are like super ripe, and honestly, I'm not gonna eat them like this, I'm about to go ahead and chop these up, freeze them to where we can put those in our smoothie bowls. You know, probably not tomorrow or not today, because they probably still won't be frozen, but y'all get the point. Also, the oven has finished preheating, so let's go ahead and get these fries in here. So it says this is about 3 ounces, y'all. I have been measuring out my food because again, I am backtracking. So I'm looking for our food scale. There it is. Now, if y'all remember this scale when I first showed it, comment down below, but I'm still using this E-Tech City scale here. Love it, love it, love it. It has not done me wrong in all these years. So even though it says the serving size of these is 12 French fries, they're like super small, so ain't nobody got time. I'm just gonna go ahead and measure out 3 ounces, which is what it says it's equivalent to. Change the units of this. Right now it's in pound ounces. Let's change it to strictly ounces. And then I'm going to zero it out. And let's do 3 ounces. Please let it be a lot. Please let it be a lot. Okay. Okay, I can get one more fry. Dang it. That's about 3 ounces. So let's go ahead and put these in the oven, and let's turn our eye on because we need to get these turkey burgers going. These HEB seasoned turkey burgers, I've showed y'all these before as well, y'all. Y'all know, again, I'm a creature of habit, so if it works, we use it. I need to put these in a different bag, but I love these. 21 grams of protein, 1 gram of sugar. This is sodium, 170 calories. It has 8 burgers in here, and I'm going to be eating 2 of these. So I'll get about 42 grams of protein, 2 grams of carbs, about 18 grams of fat. So not too shabby. Y'all also know this is one of my good old snacks, the Ratio protein yogurt, y'all. 25 grams of protein in this thing, okay? And the carbs are 8 grams, so not bad. And it's 170 calories per cup. I haven't tried this flavor before. I usually get the strawberry and the vanilla, but they were out, so you know, I'll do key lime as well. I can do that. So yeah, I mean, just been eating my usual ground turkey, chicken, shrimp, turkey burgers. That's been like my go-to sources of protein, which are pretty much the main proteins anyways. Overall, carb cycling so far this week hasn't been as hard as I thought it was going to be. Harlow's trying to get up here. Come on. Ugh, the baby. You love me. I love you. I love you. This the baby. Anyways, I've been doing some more research on it and not sure as of right now. Of course, it's only my first week doing it, but I'm not sure how much more effective it is as opposed to just, you know, having a regular diet plan where you're sticking to the same macros each week. But of course, we'll be able to tell within the next couple weeks or so how it's working out for me, and also how, you know, my body is responding to it. First week, not gonna see that many results, and that's okay. But overall, very simple, y'all. Most of my carbs are coming from potatoes, oatmeal, rice, proteins, the usual, and then I do get most of my fats from like the oil. Hey, no scratching, no, bad. But yeah, I do get most of my fats from the oils that I'm using, and then also eggs. And I forgot to show y'all, but I did have some avocado slices on the side with my burger. So also avocados are a great source of protein, or I'm sorry, a great source of fat as well. And nuts. I really thought that I was gonna be able to kind of show y'all how I manually calculate my calories and everything, but honestly, I just didn't feel the need to, because you literally can just get it automatically calculated for you using that TDEE calculator that I showed y'all, and I think it's pointless. Like, but yeah, y'all, I will see y'all in the next video. We still at it, y'all. We still going. Your girl is getting toned up. I'm feeling that. I'm seeing some lines in the core. I'll probably do a body update next week, actually. Think that'll be good. So stay tuned for that, and I'll see y'all in the next video.
Beautiful, all your flaws are perfect. You should let them show. The things I love the most. I don't know what you see, but I see all of you.